Hello everybody and welcome to my week 27 check-in. Week 27. I'm starting my second 6 months on YouTube. This is amazing. But today's check-in, I wanted to just kind of give you a quick update and let you know where I stand this week. And then I want to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's Easter candy. So, yeah, Easter candy. You guys know what I'm talking about if you watch my videos. Easter candy. I love Easter candy. It's getting harder and harder and harder to go to the grocery store and avoid all my favorites calling out to me. So last week I picked these up. I'm saving them for Easter. I won't eat them all on Easter, but I'm not going to eat them until Easter. And, this is all I'm allowing myself, but boy, a lot of the things are calling my name, so I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But Easter candy, woo-hoo, mwah, 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 mwah. I love Peeps. Crazy, crazy, crazy for marshmallow. Okay, so before I get to that though, because see, did you see how I just kind of went a little nutso over them? Yeah, so can you imagine if I had chocolate, what that would be like? But anyway, before I get into that, I just want to give you my update. I stayed the same today as last week, so I'm still down 33 pounds, and that's it, and that's okay. This turtle is totally fine with that. I did eat maybe just about half or close to half of my weekly points this week. I'm going to do it again this coming week, obviously with Easter and some stuff I have planned this weekend. I have a bridal shower. I'm going to lunch today. So I've got a lot of things going on that are probably going to eat up those weekly points, and that's okay because I'm living my life and doing what I need to do. And hopefully next week when I check in, you know, I'll have either lost a little bit or stayed the same. That is my goal. But yeah, so I'm very pleased with that. I knew after such a big loss last week that this week was either going to be up, and I could only hope that it would be down. So being the same really made me very pleased. But yeah, so that's my weekly check-in. That's where I'm at. And I know those of you that follow me regularly saw my 6-month YouTube anniversary video with pictures that I shared from pretty much the time I got out of high school to a few weeks ago. So I think they kind of covered the whole gamut. I tried to put them in order. You can check that out up here. I will put a link to that. So if you missed it, you can see it. It was hard. That was really, really freaking hard to do. I have to be honest. I did not like the way I looked most of my life. There's only been probably the last, well, when I lost my weight with lap band, I thought I was looking pretty good. And I kind of think that I definitely am getting better with age, kind of like fine wine, because I was just never a very attractive young lady. So, you know, but it is what it is. And with life, you learn things and you learn how to get healthy. You learn how to just, you know, feel better about yourself. And I think if you feel better about yourself, you feel like you look better. I guess that makes sense. But anyway, so yeah, that was a really, really tough thing to do. I do recommend if you guys have pictures. It was hard to find pictures because where I was like not hiding behind somebody or at the back of a group, or, you know, I have a couple in there like this because I always wanted to hide my double chin. But yeah, so that was kind of eye-opening for me to dig those pictures up and then to share them with you. I have some other ones that are probably not digital from like way back when, that if I come across those, I'll throw those in a future video. They're the ones I've always kind of used as my thinspiration, and I have them printed out somewhere. I just have to remember where they are. But anyway, let's go ahead and change topics and move on to Easter candy, because of course Easter is Sunday, and I know we're at the end of the bombardment of candy in the grocery stores and Target and everywhere. But as it gets there, we're making our Easter baskets for our kids. There's going to be candy everywhere this weekend. And with candy, if you're like me, I'm a candy girl. I love candy. Like candy and sugar and sweets, I'll take any day. And it's very hard for me to say no to. So the one thing that helps me is to see exactly what the Smart Point value is. Calories, I don't really care about so much, but when I see those Smart Point numbers, I'm like, whoa, baby. So what I thought I would do, I have not yet calculated my peeps, but I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and calculate them out. Oh, there they go. My cotton candy and my bubble gum, and we'll see what those points are. And then I found a great little article online from one of my favorite YouTubers where she kind of last year went through and updated the Smart Point values for a lot of candies. Now, I'm going to share some of them with you. I will obviously also post a link to her blog article below. Make sure you calculate. If you have a package in hand, calculate because things change. I just saw an article online that said that Halo Top was changing some of the calories of their ice creams. So we may be finding out that kind of like the Pirate's Booty thing of the past, that these calories we've been eating are higher than they have been. So just keep that in mind. It's always good to recalculate every so often just to make sure nothing has changed. But I am going to scan my little peepees here. There are 140 calories for 5 chicks. They say this is 2 servings, which I guess is 10 chicks altogether, so 5 per serving. And so, because there is 140 calories, there's no fat, 34 grams of sugar in 5 of these little puppies, and only 1 gram of protein, we get 8.3 points according to iTrack Bites. Now, if I were to do 1/2 of a serving, which would be 2.5 peeps, I'm looking at 4.1 points. So obviously it's not going to be something that I eat a lot of. I'm wondering, let's see. The problem is the serving size is that I can't just put in like 1 peep. So that's the only downside. But if I did 1/4, so let's just pretend 1/4 is 1 peep. Better to overestimate in my opinion. I'm looking at 1 peep being 2 points. These are going to last me a long time. Unless I have a day where I just don't get my points in and I just want to binge on sugar. So that is these, let's see, the cotton candy ones actually have a little bit less sugar in them by 2 grams per serving. I don't think that's going to change the points a little bit. It makes it 8 points per serving. So, I mean, I think I'm safe to say 2 points per peep. But like, think about that. Think about that. 2 points for 1 of these little peeps. 1. Like, that's nutso. That is freaking nuts. I'm just saying. This or this in the past, 1 serving for me. Like, seriously. Maybe 2 servings, but probably 2 servings in the same day. No more. No more. Okay. So that's done. Let's talk about other Easter candies. Got my iPad up here. All right, so Cadbury cream eggs. Those are a favorite of a lot of people. Mini cream eggs that come in a 12-pack. 4 of those eggs, 8 SPs also. So pretty close to peeps. And those are the mini guys. Minis, not the big guys. All right. So let's see here if we have regular size, 1 of them, 8 SPs. 8. Oh my God. 8 seems to be a popular candy number. My favorite, the Cadbury mini eggs. Oh my God. I love those so much. And I could get the bag and eat the whole bag in like 2 days. The mini bag, of them. 11 SPs. What? Holy crap. How many calories was I eating? Why? I mean, is there really any surprise why my body was so huge? No. No. I mean, I don't tend to like binge eat and eat like huge amounts of food, but you give me candy and it's hard to stop. Like if I don't portion out, I just keep eating. Ugh, this makes me so ill. Okay, so let's see. Whoppers, robin eggs. Everybody has those in the Easter baskets. Those can't be too bad. 12 pieces, 5 SPs. 24 pieces, 11 SPs. I mean, it's not horrible. I think 12 pieces is actually a pretty decent sized serving of those. You can make them last. For 5 SPs, a nice little treat at night. That's not the worst you could do. How about the Reese's eggs? My husband's favorite. You know, I bought him that giant Reese's bunny that I showed you earlier or last week. I didn't even figure out the points on that because holy moly. But a Reese's egg, which I used to buy him a 12-pack of those or an 8-pack of those, 8 SPs for one. 8 is a very popular number. Let's see. Same thing for the Snickers eggs, Butterfinger eggs, the Russell Stover coconut nest. But then when you get to a Russell Stover, God dang, I'm having a hard time saying that. Vanilla cream egg, which I love their cream eggs. 6 SPs per cream egg. So, yeah. 3 of those might be a serving for me. Let's see. Jelly beans. Let's talk about Starbucks. Oh, I've got coffee on the mind. Let's talk about Starburst jelly beans. 1/4 of a cup, 8 SPs. We have a definite 8 theme going on here. So, yeah. And Brock's jelly beans, which I love jelly beans all year round. I love chocolate. Holy cow. I am having such a hard time talking today. I don't understand why, and I apologize. But I love jelly beans, and I love the licorice. That's where I was going with the chocolate, I guess the color. But I love the licorice ones. I love the white ones. I just love jelly beans, and I'll eat them all year round. I'll just buy them in bulk and snack on them. 25 of those, you guessed it, 8 SPs. So there you go. Just to kind of keep in mind where we're at SP-wise as we're dipping into the kids' candy over the weekend, or even our candy if somebody got us an Easter basket. And I will post that article from Diva and the Divine below so you can check it out. I also have a link to her YouTube channel because you'll love her. She's great if you haven't already started following her. But anyway, that does give us a good idea of what we're dealing with. And, you know, it's just something to keep in mind because a little bit of candy is never going to hurt us. A bite here or there is not a problem. It's just when you're like me and you have no self-control or willpower when it comes to things like a bag of candy, a bag of M&Ms, a bag of jelly beans, whatever it might be, and you start to have a little snack and you end up eating the whole bag. And again, that's how I ended up here, I'm sure, because I have a true candy addiction and I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things in life is candy. But I haven't really been eating very much of it. A few M&Ms here and there over my journey because I'm not going to tell myself no, but I'm going to work them into my daily life and not make them a mainstay of that life. And I guess that's really what this whole journey is about, is learning how to have the things you really love, but just to have them in a healthier way. Have them in a way that's not going to be detrimental. Kind of like I always say, just eat like a normal person. You know, a normal thin person, if you watch them eat, they eat everything. They don't limit themselves from what they're eating. They limit themselves from how much of what they're eating for the most part. And I think that's the true lesson for me in all of this is, you know, yeah, have an M&M, have 3 M&Ms, just don't have 47 M&Ms. Have a peep, but don't have 10 peeps, you know? And my body thanks me for it because it's definitely healthier and happier, and, you know, it's functioning better because I'm giving it actual food that has nutrients in it. And so that, you know, that's one of those little lessons I've learned along my journey, is give my body food that makes it function well, and my body gives back to me. Give it food that has nothing of value or substance to it, and my body starts to shut down. And, you know, it makes it so that everything hurts. It's hard to move. It's hard to, you know, function. I don't have motivation to do anything. I have no energy. I mean, the list is extensive. And if you're on this journey too, and you have been overweight most of your life, you probably are saying, yep, I hear you, girl. I hear you. But it's a lesson that for some reason has taken me this long to really get through my head, that, you know, shit in, shit out, basically, you know, give it good stuff and it's going to give it good stuff back to you. So there we go. That is my weekly check-in for today. Week 27, and my little rant about Easter. And I hope, though, everybody does have a fantastic holiday weekend. I have the whole weekend off, and I'm going to spend it with lots and lots of family and do lots of family things, and I'm very excited about that. I will still try to do my what I ate videos, or at least get some kind of vlog videos up, but I'm not going to make any promises because this weekend's about family and my religion and my Savior, and that's what I'm going to focus on. So with that being said, I wish you all a happy Easter if you celebrate Easter, and if not, enjoy this gorgeous spring weekend that most of us are going to have, and I'll see you again next week for my weekly check-in. So have a great one, guys. It was nice to chat with you. Bye.